We're going to be in Matthew 11, 28 through 30, and it says this, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden," some versions say burdened, "and I will give you rest." He says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, if you've been a part of church or around church, more than likely you're familiar with that verse. If this church thing is new to you, I just want to let you know that this verse right here, this is one of our storied, fabled, favorite coffee cup verses. Christians love this verse, don't we? And I was thinking about it this week. I was thinking, man, why do we love this verse so much? And I think there's a couple reasons. Is it that we see lots of people walking around weary and heavy laden that need rest? Yeah, I think that's part of it. Is it that there's not a person on the planet that couldn't use a little bit of rest for their souls? Yeah, that's for sure part of it. Is an easy yoke and a light burden sound refreshing? Yeah, I think all of that stuff. But as I was studying and thinking and praying this week, I think it's actually deeper than that. I think we love it because that verse is actually presenting us a formula for peace. So have you ever had a conversation with somebody or heard something that kind of just put words to something you've known to be true in your spirit and you just never have words for? Or you were listening to a podcast and someone said something and something just clicked and all of a sudden it made sense, right? I think that's what this verse is for our souls. It's actually an invitation to live in a new way. And what Jesus is showing us is how to move and act and be in the world. And the beautiful part about this is it is not try harder or strive more or run faster. It's just come, be with me, walk with me, learn from me, let me help you. Ourselves. In fact, they did one more study on a community and 82% of the people surveyed said that they felt like their life was too fast. 70% believed that it was harming their health. 76% said they believed it was harming their social life. 55% said it was harming their spiritual life. And 92% of people said that they had increased levels of stress and depression. And so we look at that body of research and we look at this verse in Matthew and we go, whoa, of course we love that verse. Because if we could see like an actual picture of the illustration we just did where we're all in one room, people are standing up, you're gonna look at a sea of people that are feeling weary and burdened, that desperately need rest for their soul. And for the critic in the room, yes, those surveys were not overtly Christian, but do any research on Christians and Christianity and you'll know that the currents of our culture do not stop at the church door. And so in this passage, we see really clearly three invitations that Jesus gives us. The first one, very obvious, come to me. He says, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And so foundationally, this invitation, you need to understand, it's for everybody, and it's personal. He's not inviting you to an institution. He's not inviting you to a system. He's calling you to himself. And it's for everyone that feels weary. It's not just the perfect people. It's not the people that have their lives all together. It's for the hurt and for the broken. And he's saying, I see what you're going through. I see you. And I'm not here to add anything to your burden. I'm actually here to help you carry yours. And I don't know what you walk in here with today, but can I just remind you that Jesus says the same thing to you? That he sees you, that he knows what you're going through. He's not just offering you a temporary fix to help you get through a rough patch. He's offering you a fundamental change to how you walk and live your life. Are you tired? Second invitation we see Jesus gives is walk with me. And he says it like this. He says, take my yoke upon you. These people listening, a yoke in that sense represented nothing but obligation. Hundreds of rules, constant striving, never measuring up. And so when Jesus says those words, take my yoke, it's easy and it's light. He's making a very deliberate statement. And for these people who knew this yoke in the context of crushing, heavy, exhausting, the Pharisees telling them, man, you just pull harder. You get in that yoke and you pull harder and you try to impress God. What Jesus is saying to them is I'll pull with you. It's new. And it's freedom, it's life, it's empowerment. So you're not working for him to prove anything. You're working with him and letting him lead and guide. And then the third invitation that Jesus gives us is learn from me. He says this, and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. See, similar to walk with me, when Jesus is inviting them to learn with him, he's inviting them to be with him. That word learn in the Greek and the Hebrew, it denotes a relational context. It's come sit with me. Come walk with me. Come spend time with me. What Jesus is saying is don't just learn what I taught. Watch how I live. Watch how I move. Watch how I love being interrupted. Watch how I pray when life is crushing me. He's saying walk so closely with me that you start to talk how I talk. Walk so closely with me that you start to love people how I love people and live how I lived. Walk with me. Let me shape and change you. Don't just come to me for relief. Stay with me for formation. He's saying, look, peace, everybody wants peace. Few people will actually do what needs to be done to find peace. And he understood what we so often miss, that peace is not found in doing more, achieving more, running harder. It's found in living close to Jesus, even in the hidden, ordinary moments. And I think if we're honest, most of us are running hard because we have been led to believe that peace is somewhere out there. I've got to go catch it, and I've got to bring it back and put it in here. If I could just get through this season, if I could just fix this thing, if I could just organize a little bit better, man, then I would finally feel peace. But Jesus is saying, look, peace isn't out there. It's actually right in here. He goes on record telling his disciples, hey, I know you're going to miss me, but it's actually better that I leave so that the Holy Spirit can come. The same Spirit that raised me from the dead will now live in you. It means you don't have to strive for peace. It means you need to stop striving long enough to be able to. No. You use your strengths and your gifts and the talents that God has given you and work hard, but know that those are just a means to an end. Those are not an end in and of themselves. And so this is a call to examine your pace and remember that peace is not a reward for efficiency. It's a byproduct of proximity.